So, first question I want to ask you this. How many people in this room are ready for some more amazing content? Hands up if you're ready for some more amazing content. Right. We all know millionaires are created from the inside out. Unless you have the right mindset, wealth will never, ever, ever flourish. Pat has spoken for many major companies and franchises and world leaders. He's the only Australian to speak on Richard Branson's stage and actually not have to pay for it. So, excuse me, can you just let me do my job? Because I've got some people bigger than you that can just throw you out of here. Now, where was I interrupting the MC? Okay, anyway, okay. So his mission is to create 10,000 millionaires with over 4,700 already in training. The question is, would you like to be that next one? That was a question. The question is, would you like to be that next one? Yeah. I'm going to ask you, little fella. The question is, would you like to be the next one?
Sir, I'd just like to learn something from this idiot. Who is he?
As a matter of fact, he is a little tiny idiot. He's
It's a man's ass. You gotta stop that, girl.
I have never had anyone interrupt the MC like you. Anyway, put your hands, actually, please get up on your feet. Let's meet this person who's gonna train us into making more money. He's tall, he's a little fella, he's so smart. Give it up for my main man, Pat Mesiti is in the house. Let's give it up.
I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it.
Now what? I like this move. This is called Give the Big Black Man a Big High Five.
Yeah. When I'm at the mall, security just can't.
Thank you very much. Pat Mesiti's in the house.
I'm at the beach, I'm in a speedo trying
All
to
right,
tan
how y'all doing? Is this on? Yeah, fantastic. What a good-looking crowd. I tell you what. Can we have some fun? Can I get you all to move closer? Come on, move up in this front row. Is that seat taken or? No, there's people there. Oh, they're late. Oh, okay. This right down there, sweetheart, right down the front. All right, now listen. How many of you here have never heard me speak before? Raise your hand if you've never heard me speak. Oh, I'm awesome. Just so I'll let you know that. Now, let me ask you a question. I want to try and get a lot of you up to another level right now. So what I want you to do right now is I want to prove that my theory works right, and I can get you up to another level within the next minute. What I want you to do is I want you to look at the person next to you. Would you do that? Look at the person next to you. Look at him right in the eye. Okay, now I want you to say this after me. Come on, look at him right in the eye. Come on, this guy's got a beautiful woman over here and he's looking at me. You got issues, mate. I tell you what, right now, you got trouble. Now, I want you to look at him right in the eye. Come on, look at him right in the eye. Look at him right in the eye and say this after me. Say, will you marry me? Anybody get a yes? Did anyone get an upgrade of what they currently got right now? But oh, come on, that was funny. Come on, that was brilliant. Now listen, I want you to say this after me. Energy creates energy. Come on, energy creates energy. Hey, by the way, the legendary Mr. Chris Howard's in the house. Give him a big hand, guys. Awesome. What a great guy. What a great guy. I want to tell you what, if you have not sat under that man's teaching, if you don't have his program, you need to seriously see a psychiatrist.
Yes.
Actually, don't. Just get his program, you won't need to see a psychiatrist. But look, I really want to help you guys go to another level. Now, I've only got an hour here because we're right in the middle of the Mike Tyson tour.
Whoa.
Oh, that went down well. But, they need someone to pull it out of the fire, and I'm it. But look, I really want to, I know you guys hear a lot about stuff, about mindset and stuff like that. Look, let me just tell you right up front. I really believe in my heart that every one of you has got the potential to create massive wealth. Who believes that? Give me a yes or a yes. Okay, and if you're going to give me a yes and you want to be successful, give me a decent one. Give me a yes or a yes.
Yes.
Come on, put some energy in that yes. Yes, yes. Yes. See, but here's the thing. A lot of us have got these little weird ideas, and look, if I don't offend you publicly, come and see me later and I'll do it personally. You with me? And if you're worried about the way I speak, the way I act and the way I do things, let me tell you, it makes me have $10 million a year, so I'll keep doing it while you earn what you earn. Okay? So listen to me. You've got to focus on what I'm saying. Now I want you to all do this. Grab 4 fingers. Come on, 4 fingers. And say, shift this. Come on, say shift this. Yes. Come on, shift this. Come on, girlfriend. Sit up in the chair. Sit up, sweetheart. Come on. Say shift this. Shift this. Any Kiwis in the room? Because you've got to translate. Shift this. Come on. Come on, everybody say shift this. Touch this. You get this. Come on, we want more of this, right? Especially us Italians, cash money, mate. I was speaking for a real estate group. I won't say who it was, LJ Hooker. And And this Lebanese guy said to me, he says, Pat Mesiti, I love the way you're talking, mate. I love the way you're talking. Can you come and talk to my group? So I said, sure. He said, how much you charge? And then I told him, and then he said, how much for cash? How many of you love the how much for cash brothers, you know? But you see, we all want more money, correct? We all want more of this. But let me tell you something. Unless you change the way you do this. Come on. Say, change the way you think. Come on. The current level of thinking that got you where you are now won't get you to another level, correct? And here's what most people think. Yes, I'm just waiting for the universe to manifest it. What drugs are you smoking? For many years, I worked in drug rehabilitation, and I met boys who were waiting for the universe to do things. And matter of fact, they used to float in the universe, most of these people. But listen, the universe, and even my Christian friends, I tell them, Jesus won't do for you what he requires you to do for him. You cannot take your responsibility for financial wealth and put it on somebody else, even the good Lord, or whatever you believe. Are you with me? Yeah. See, we need to shift our BS. Belief system. Oh, come on, that was awesome. Come on, you know, that was good. Where did you, see, we all, now, look, I'm with the right crowd here because you're all personal development people. Yeah, come on, were you with me? Yeah. Like, I spend 4 days on the road with everybody from Mick Gatto to everybody else. And I can get them to change their thinking so I can help you. That last night we were over there at Festival Hall. I'm not going to tell you, trying to MC that crowd. But you know what? They love me. They're only human. But here's the interesting thing. I'm in a crowd of people that want nothing to do with personal development. And I've got to tell you, it's very intimidating. They don't respond like you guys. They certainly don't want to hear me. But by the end of it, they're all thanking me for what I'm teaching them. Now, here's the thing you've got to learn, especially for those of you that want to be master people. How many of you want to be in the front of the room one day? Well, you're going to love my ending. Because let me tell you, if you want to be in the front of the room, it starts at the back of the room.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, let me try that again. Thank you, sis. High five. High five. Come on. If you want to be at the front of the room, come on. Have you want to be at the front of the room one day? Teach and do it. Come on. You want to be a master teacher? Come on. Master business owner? Come on, raise your hand. Who's up there? Yep. Come on. Otherwise, you're in the wrong room. Yep. Come on. I don't care what you do. In front of the room means you want to lead. Come on. Who's up for that? Second place is the first loser. Come on. Let me tell you where it starts. It starts at the back of the room. It doesn't start at the front of the room. You know, one of the tragic mistakes, let me just tell you some of the companies I've worked with over the years. I worked for Arnott's, Caltex, Remax, Harcourt, Century 21, almost every major real estate group, almost every major network marketing company, probably in the old Amway days. I helped establish more Amway diamonds than any man in the Southern Hemisphere. Over 55 Amway diamonds come out of our leadership. Nutrimetics, NutriWay, New Ways, Market America over the United States. You name it, we've done it. And here's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, because they understand that what I'm going to teach you, and I can't teach you a lot. Come on, I've got an hour. But I want to take you on a journey. Please, let me tell you something. I don't want my relationship with you to stop today. Can we agree on that? Yep. Come on, however you want to at least build. What would I want to build a relationship with you? I don't know you. Well, you got married to someone like that, didn't you? Oh, you think you knew the person that you married? Oh, I got news for you. No. You married a nice guy, girlfriend. And see, when you first meet him, us guys are always on our best behaviour. See, you married a girl with one personality, dude. And then the angry menopausal bitch came out, you know? Oh, come on, laugh. You know, that was funny. Give me a hand clap. Come on, are you with me? Now, come on, I want everyone to say, shift this. Come on, shift this. What do I mean by shift this? It means you've got to start shifting your thinking. It needs a shift. Sometimes our shift needs to be very, very, very forceful. Others, our shift needs to be subtle. But the key is you've got to shift. Shift this. What do I mean by touch this? You've got to start feeling good about money. Do you know what I realised? The people still in this room, I would absolutely guarantee, have challenges with money. People say to me, oh, Pat Mesiti, if I just had more money, if I just had more money, if I just won the lotto, if my balls would drop. Come on, if you're going to clap and laugh at the same time, all right? Come on. I know a man that won 318 million USD in lotto in America, Andrew Jack Whitaker. How many of you here can live on 380 million US dollars? Please raise your hand, say pick me, pick me. Okay, if you invested at 10%, little clue. How much would that give you at 10%? There's a little clue. If you just invested 10% a year, what would they give you in interest alone? Come on, big voice, tell me. 31.8 million. Who can live on 31.8 million? Say kumbaya. All right, if you're a complete numbnut invested at 1%, that'll give you how much? Come on, 3.18 million. How many of you girls will find a guy cute that had 3.18 million to spend on you? Come on. Some of you blokes are going, I'd find a guy cute that had that kind of money to spend on me. Andrew Jack Whittaker won 318 million in tats in lotto in the United States, and he blew it in 3 years. Oh, please don't be shocked. The guy I'm touring with right now, Mike Tyson, lost 400 million. Spent something like 22 million on cars. Scottie Pippen, arguably one of the greatest basketball players, right-hand man to Michael Jordan, filed for bankruptcy after all that money. See, people think, my problem is money. Can I tell you something? Money isn't your problem. I can get a guy who's on 60 grand a year owning properties all over the world, and yet I can get a guy on $250,000 a year and he can't even pay his rent. There's some of you in this room, come on guys, how many of you want to go to another level? Come on, can I speak to you as people that I want to take to another level, or do you want me to speak to you down here? Come on, how many of you want me to speak to you at another level? So can I be real up front and straight? There are many of you that take action, many of you that don't take action. Some of you go, well, how much action should I take? I mean, I bought everything. Well, you're starting well so far. See, my question is, how big do you want to be, not how much have you spent? Why? Incredible eternal law of investment states this: seed over time equals harvest. What's this? A seed of nothing brings you a harvest of nothing. The only power you have over the future harvest of your life is in your investment today. Did you hear that, guys? I'm going to talk real fast. The proof of your investment today shows that you will believe you will have a future tomorrow. Let me give it in simple language. Investment over time equals return. See, watch this, watch this. You can't skip any of this process. If you don't make an investment today, over time it won't bring you a return. Some people want a return, but don't want to spend any time. I just want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. That's why Freddie's dead. Here's the interesting thing. An investment or a seed over time equals return. Watch this. You can't skip any of this process and get a return. This guy, 318 million, this guy, Mr. 400 million, what did they have? They had a lot of seed, but never invested any time into getting a return. Where? Up here. You know, I was with Mike Tyson last night. He still doesn't get what motivation is. Honestly. I'm sitting there and I'm going, and Samantha, who's our general manager office, she'll tell you, guys, I ain't no motivational speaker. I'm thinking, yeah, that'd be about right. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, and by the way, I say this in the meeting, don't worry about it. Because I'm just straight, guys, I don't care. I'm an ex-drug rehab director, remember that first. And here's this challenge, I'm just waiting for it to blow up. Why? How many of you want to succeed financially? Raise your hand, please. There's 3 ways you can learn. Number 1, from your mistakes. Yes. That's not a good way to learn. Number 2, who would like to know the best way to learn? Raise your hand. Other people's mistakes. Yeah. Do you know what the tragedy is, the third one? Some people don't learn from either of the two. Come on, give me a wave. Yeah. What's the best way for you to learn business? Come on, this is business school, correct? Yep. Come on, am I right? Yep. What's a business? Tell me what a business is. You're it. Outside of me, I've got no business. Outside of Chris Howes, he has no business. The guy that owns his local Shell garage, he ain't got no business without him. Woolworths, without people, got no business. How many of you know that business is people? Come on, give me a clap. That was brilliant. Say, I am my business. Come on, I am my business. How many of you don't have a business yet? Raise your hand if you don't have one. Awesome. Why? Because I want you to learn and then earn. What do I want you to do? Tell me. Learn and then earn. What do I want you to do? Learn and then earn. Where are those of you that have got a business? Raise your hand. What? Good. Now we've got to fix you up. Now we've got to get you thinking right. Now we've got to get you back on track. Because if you start saying no, I start looking for things. Because how many of you know, even I've got to learn and grow. I've got to learn to fix some stuff. Come on, are you with me, guys? Yeah. The biggest problem in business is self-delusion. Yeah. You know, I never believed my own marketing. You know why? I write it. Is that my coffee or my gin and tonic? Oh, this is your... Chris Howard's sitting on my front row. Man, I'm on it today. Can you give me a big hand clap? Man, I'm like... Man, I've got to be good. Now listen, come on. Watch this. 318 million, 400 million. What happened to the money? Watch this. Oh, they blew it on cars. He blew it on bad relatives. No, watch this. Watch. How many of you want to watch? How many of you want to learn? Give me a wave. What happened? Their money shrunk to the level of their thinking. Are you with me? See, your money follows you. Your money follows how you think. Yes, yes. Come on, if you shift the way you think. Come on, say shift the way you think. How many of you, when it comes to money, right, sometimes feel this? You feel stressed. Come on, be honest with me. I need to work with honest people. Come on, wherever you get stressed sometime over money. How's it working for you? Do I stress over money? Of course I do. Even the great Chris Howard stresses over money. But the key is how fast you bounce back. Come on, are you with me? Yeah. Some people, oh my God, is he going to sell us something? Oh God, I can't resist it. How am I going to afford it? Oh God, oh my God. Well, if you talk to God, he'll say, go and get it. How do I know? I spoke to him this morning. He said, they're good people in there. They're going to love you, Pat. They're not like that boxing crowd. Come on, give yourselves a, come on, give yourself, watch. How many of you have anxiety over money? You struggle with anxiety over money? Where are those of you that have fear over money? Now be careful. Fear of what? Fear of money. Oh, you know, I met some people that they didn't have any money and then they came into money and they became nasty. Oh, let me tell you something. Money doesn't make the person. Money magnifies what the person is already. Listen. If you're a, people say, well, if I had more money, I'd be more generous. If you're a tight ass with $1,000, you're a tight ass with $1 million. You just got a bigger ass, but the same hole. Come on, give me a hand clap. You know it's true, am I right? Come on. Girls. My daughter was dating a guy, right? This is before she met her current husband. She was dating a moron. And, you know, they're very careful who they dated, and she went out, and this is what he said to her at the meal table. He goes, you want to do Dutch? You want to go Dutch? My daughter had no clue what she was talking about. So she called me up and she said, Dad, I think this guy's weird. I said, why is that, Beck? He goes, I think he's kinky or something. Maybe he read 50 Shades of Grey or something, I'm not really sure. I said, he wasn't out at the time. He goes, he wants to do Dutch. What is it? I said, run! I said, babe, get your credit card that I gave you, pay the meal, get out of there. She goes, oh my God. I said, babe, he's sick. That man is sick. She goes, Dad, I said, I'll send the taxi out for you. Taxi picks her up, she comes up, she goes, Dad, what did he want to do? I said, he wanted you to split the bill. She said, what? I said, honey, if you're paying for half now, you're paying for all of it later.
That's it. Yeah.
It's mindset. In business, it's the same. If you want to succeed in business, see all these things, the fear of money, fear of what money's going to do with you. Oh, money changed their lives. Oh, the fear of taking action. Come on. How you do money is how you do everything. How you do your business is how you do everything. Come on, are you with me, guys and girls? See, I want to create millionaires from the inside out. Where are you that want to be millionaires from the inside out first? Not the outside in. See, Mr. 400 million, he became a millionaire, Mike Tyson, without being a millionaire. And let's just not pick on Mike. Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and the list goes on. And the list goes on. We're showing how older I am and how intuitive you are. Exactly right. High five, sweetheart, high five. Yeah. See, you've got to understand, guys, that millionaires, watch this, are created. Wealth is created. It's not made. A guy one day asked me, he said, Pat, how did you make it? I said, mate, I haven't. He said, what do you mean you haven't? You sold 700,000 books. And that's before Google and everything else. 2 million CDs. I said, mate, I've never made it. But I've built it. And there's a big difference. How many of you know, watch this, in the game of money, in the game of wealth, let's look at life, for example, your home. Do you make a home or build one? You can make a baby, but you got to build a home. Am I right? Yes. Which means you've got to start with a foundation. And when it comes to wealth, listen guys, I want to tell you something. I am not one of these people that will promise you, join my program, you're going to make $1 million in 18 months. I love to sleep at night. I won't do that. But I will tell you something. One of my guys is in one of my programs. Let's call him Larry. That's not his real name. His real name's John. Came into our program as a great master builder, lost $27 million. After being 12 months with us, made his first 2.7 million net income. Come on. Come on, is that good? Now, what did he do? He didn't change his trade. He didn't change it. He started to work on his thinking. See, we've got these stresses, these anxieties, this fear. Come on, you with me, guys? Yes, yes. Where are those of you that when it comes to money or work or your job or whatever it is, you know, your financial freedom, how are you? Oh, I'm so flat out, mate. I'm flat out like a lizard drinking, mate. I'm flat out. How are you? I'm dead. Where are those of you? Where are you guys? See what happens when you have espresso in the morning? Where are those of you that are like this? You get a paycheck. A shopping we will go. A shopping we will go. A hi-ho the merry-o. Oh, shit, I'm running out of money. I haven't even come to the end of the month. And then you get next paycheck. Whoa, happy, whoa, sad. Whoa. Where are those of you like that? Come on, as your paycheck goes, your emotion goes. Where are those of you here that are like this? Watch this. How you going? Oh, Pat, one of these days, I'm stepping up, mate. One of these days, I'm going to make it. Come on, where am I one of these days, friends? Still waiting for it to happen. See, guys, you've got to understand that this sort of stuff affects your wealth. I don't care what industry you're in. You know what? I've worked with real estate agents. I took 4 real estate groups to #1 in their various franchises, and I've never listed or sold a piece of real estate in my life. Took Arnott's, yes, the great Tim Tam company, out of a major financial crisis in one meeting that we had in New Zealand. Changed our whole team around. You know why? The people took some action, the people listened and followed. Now, I can't teach you everything today, but I want to start. Come on, say yes or yes. You know, I was in the United States of America and I got upgraded to first class because I needed a leg room. And I just read a book on wealth creation. I'm sitting in the front with my ex-business partner, Greg, and these 2 blokes sitting in front of me. You know, got the chiseled chin, the 6-pack abs, the rounded shoulders. Stop dribbling, sweetheart. And this bloke says, you're from Australia, aren't you? I said, yeah, that's right. He said, what are you here for? I said, I'm on a speaking tour. He said, what do you speak about? I said, I speak about prosperity, abundance. I've got a goal to raise 10,000 millionaires in my lifetime. Got 4,700 in training. I own a thing called the Millionaire Mindset Club. I speak on wealth creation stages all over the world, blah, 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 blah. This moron looks at me and says, money's not that important to me. I said, you're broke, aren't you? He goes, well, I got things that money can't buy. I said, name them. He said, I've got peace. I said, next time you get your mobile phone, go to Verizon Wireless, MCI or AT&T and say this, I'm sorry, I have no money, but I have lots of peace. And they'll say to you, peace off. And then he says to me this, he says, I have love. Money can't buy you love. I said, let me tell you something. Even if you're ugly as a dog and you got money, some woman will find you cute. Isn't that right, Goro? Come on, give me a hand clap, man. I just met his girlfriend back there. Now, what was the problem with this guy? This guy had sabotaging influences or viruses, I think T. Harv calls them, in their mindset. And we've all got them. Come on, in Australia. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer and the middle class go shopping. You go to church and the pastor, No, for many years I was the minister. I built it is the largest church in this country, the Hillsong Church. As a matter of fact, the Hillsong record label started as my original ministry back in the day. I produced 11,000, every album that came out of that music thing now goes platinum. I established the whole thing. And trust me, I can't sing. But you know what's interesting? I'm amazed at how people that don't know are so impressed at what they don't know, where brilliant people are constantly students. When I interviewed Richard Branson, and that's true, I've never paid to speak for Richard, and when we went to Perth, and from what I understand, I'm the only speaker in our realm that interviewed him, and speaking from an Australian perspective. I'm sure Chris has had a lot to do with Richard over the years. But when I interviewed him, he kept asking me, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And I said, mate, they pay to hear what you think. He goes, yes, but I'm Richard Branson. What do you think? And I said, mate, he says, no, I want to know what you think about this. I said, well, I wouldn't do it that way. Then I asked him this. I said, what was one of the biggest mistakes you've ever made in business? He said, I started a company called Virgin Condoms. now let me get this right. I mean, how many of you can see the oxymoron there already? I said, mate, I wouldn't have advised you to do that. He goes, well, I said, what about Virgin Airlines? He said, you know, Pat, he said, I still am, British Airways still do everything they do to keep me out of business. He said, and I said, you know what the difference is? He goes, I'm intrigued to know. I said, the way they think, they want you to rise to the middle like we do in Australia. They want you to be the same. Gosh, if you go to England and you're different. So an English person in the tube having a baby. An English person in the tube being robbed. An English person in the tube won $1 million. If you're English, I'm really sorry right now. but no, I'm just kidding. Okay, can you just give me a hand clap because I'm feeling very cold back here. But you've got to see. A lot of the everything rises or falls on your mindset. And what's scary is that we think we're okay. Or what's scary is to think, well, I've got a program. That one should do it. Really? How many of you at school learn maths from more than one teacher? How many of you learn English from more than one teacher? How many of you learn stuff about money from more than one teacher? You have. I was in Auckland, New Zealand. A friend of mine called Richard, that's not his real name either. His real name's John. Same guy as the other guy, really. But he goes, Pat, I'm not able to break my $100,000 barrier as a real estate agent. I said, well, tell me what your mum and dad taught you about money. He said, Pat, they were good Christian parents. They never taught me anything about money. I went, oh, no, Christian parents, they did. He said, and we were talking, he goes, we used to have a guy in our town, drove around this nice 5 Series BMW, and my father used to say, look at that man, what a crook, what a waste. Money should be going to the poor. A man shouldn't be driving that kind of a car if he's a businessman. He should be giving it all away. He must be doing something wrong. He said, my uncle used to sell cladding, my mother's brother, and he used to make $80,000 a year, and every time my mother heard about that, she'd get so angry and say, that's so much money for a house of 4 people. 4 people, $80,000 a year in the 70s. That is too much. That's greed and avarice. Never be like that, son. And I said, you told me your parents taught you nothing about money. You know, I never say to my children, I can't afford it. My little 6-year-old today, we went down and we had a bit of time at Federation Square. One of my friends, one of the guys who used to work for me, Terry Rogers, is now running the What's Up Down Under show on TV, and they were down filming some stuff with Frankie J this morning, and a friend of mine, a magician called Matt Hollywood, so we went down, had a look at it, and you know, we went to this little shop, and I said, Sophia, come on, Daddy's been away, I want to buy a little gift. And she went and got something, and I looked at the price of it, and I nearly said, which I never say, no, we can't afford that. I didn't say that. You know what, I've never, even when I didn't have money. Let me tell you how broke I was. I was so broke, watch this. I'd go to Kentucky Fried Chicken to lick everybody else's fingers. That's how broke I was. Come on, that was good. Come on, I mean, that was brilliant. It's an oldie, but it's a good one, I'm telling you. But here's the thing. I never say we can't afford it or that's too much money. Because what am I doing when I say that to my daughter? I'll say, no, sweetheart, you don't need that. Let's come over here. And she found this little thing, which was a green bag, an environmentally friendly bag thing. And it was like 15 bucks. I said, let's get that. She says, Daddy, it's craft and it's good for the environment. I said, absolutely, sweetheart. And I said, and you can carry a brand new iPad I'm going to get you in there. She goes, I'm getting a brand new iPad? I said, you are now. You see, the words of our mouth, stuff like, I can't afford. Today, I'm going to ask for some of you to take action. Oh, I can't afford. When's the last time you sent your credit card out to war? I've got all these financial experts that come in and say, well, if you can't handle your credit card, tear it up. Tear it up. Cut it up. Cut it up. Cut it up. How pathetic are you? Not you. These are people in Sydney I'm talking about. Come on. How much lack of will do you have? I live off this thing. You know why I do? I've learned to manage it. I hardly ever pay for a business class or first class upgrade. Guess what I use? Come on, is that right, Chris? Yeah, no. Why would I want to do that? Every time I eat, every time I go to a restaurant, every time I go to a cab, I put everything on here. Not that one, the other one. Where is it? Yeah, there's that one too. I've got a few of them here. Where's the other one? How many have I got? No, not that one either, but they're all in here, so not that one. I've got about 5 in here, all different things. And that's true. I handle my money differently. They're all different cards. I'm not doing that to show off, by the way. That's my pay. That's my personal money that I spend every year. Every week. That's my personal spending one that I have from me personally, not business or anything else. That's my business account, and that one's a backup in case this one doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because sometimes I travel overseas and American Express doesn't know where I am, and they stop your card. Never about affordability. How many credit cards you got? Have you allocated your credit cards accordingly? Have you listen, you either tell money where to go or you're going to wonder where it went. I'm asking you today, I'm going to ask some of you to send your credit card to war against your debt. People say, oh, don't get in a debt. Are you serious? Even the Bible encourages you to get in a debt. Are you serious? Well, God should know something about money. He's Jewish for a start. Oh, come on. In the good book, God said to a woman, she was running out of oil and running out of flour and running out of water. He said to her, go and borrow vessels and not just a few. Notice he said, don't borrow just a few. Go and borrow as much as you can so I can fill it up. Did you hear what I just said? Yeah. I can only fill this cup to the capacity that it's empty. If you learn, watch this. Oh, sorry, was that your iPhone? No. The poor guy just about died on me then. I've got to learn to do this so I can keep doing this. I've got to learn to do this so I can do this. You see, money has to flow. Every living thing needs to move and have motion. Watch this. If your money's constipated, I bet you people, I had a speaker in, and he encouraged people to go over into debt into their credit card and pay the extra little increment that they've got to pay to do it. And one of my team was shocked, and I at first was shocked too, and then I thought, hang on a minute, he's right. Because if they don't take some action today, they're never going to have a result tomorrow. And that little extra $30, $40 a month, they're stopping the flow of abundance because they're stopping the flow of knowledge. How many of you understand what I mean by that? Give me a wave, please. Come on, give me a wave if you understand what I mean. I need to make sure it's very clear in people's heads. You've got to be able to move that, guys. And people get so afraid. Man, has my credit card been over? Oh, my credit card's over the limit. I go, welcome to the party. But guess what? I'm not over the limit. Thank you, sweetheart. Look at me, look at me, look at me. How much wealth is inside of you?
Lots.
Not what's on your credit card. Who told you what limitation you should have on your credit card? Now, I'm just using this credit card as an example. Who told you that? Some bureaucrat at a bank. I bet you're worth more than your $2,500 limit on your card.
Of course.
Come on, give me a wave, am I right?
Yeah.
So why do you let some other person put the lid on your life? You know, I learned this at a young age. I'm going to tell you my story in a minute. But some people, watch this, their fear, is this any good? Come on, am I doing it? Give me a hand clap. Are we doing okay? Chris, how am I going for an old guy? See, many of us, we have a financial lid on our lives. The bank puts it on, the credit card puts it on there, the overdraft, the finance, the mortgage, the RBA, they've got a lid. And then you put your lid on there. How many of you have got a future here? Give me a yeah. Yeah. How many of you got an awesome future until you show up? Oh, that was brilliant. You missed it. I got a future, Chris Howard. Till I show up with all my shit. See, listen. You've all got a future. Give me a wave if you believe you've got a future. Come on. Your future isn't your problem. Preparation for it is. You've all got a massive future financially. Listen to me, students. And I want to talk to you as my students. Listen to me. Your preparation for it, or lack thereof, will determine what your future looks like. I want to tell you a story. This little boy grew up with two alcoholic parents. At the age of 6, his dad would make him wait outside pubs. And he'd say, son, I want you to wait outside the pub for 5 minutes and go and have a beer. Ladies and gentlemen, it was never 5 minutes and it was never one beer. Little boy would wait outside the pub and the father would say to him, son, if you move from there, when you come back, I will beat you within an inch of your life. Little boy would be so scared to move, he wouldn't move, he was frightened and afraid, so he'd wet himself and dirty himself, and his drunken father wouldn't even notice. One morning, the father gets up in the middle of winter and notices, while he's already drunk early in the morning, that money is missing out of his pocket. He wrongfully thinks that the little boy stole it. He grabs the little boy, throws him outside in the middle of winter, and as he's shivering there in the freezing cold, half naked, the father turns on a garden hose and begins to hose him down. As he's shivering there, turning blue from the cold, his skin's all starting to wrinkle, the father gets a piece of nylon rope and begins to whip on him. Don't you ever steal from me. With every blow, the little boy's going, Daddy, I'd never steal from you. Stop lying to me. In a moment of rage, he beats the mother up, cuts her eyebrows open, and with blood pouring down her face, he holds it in front of the little boy and says, you ever touch my money again, I will cut you open like I did her. Do you understand me? This little boy go to school, teachers say, you done your homework, son? He go, no, I forgot. He never forgot, he remembered every day. But when you're trying to survive, you don't think of maths and science and English. You think, how am I going to get out of here alive? One day his teacher noticed that he was trying so hard to write neatly in his notebook, so she sent him to the principal's office to get a gold star. Man, he was so pumped, he was so amped. Why? This teacher understood something that all great masters, all great teachers understand. Watch this, that you are motivated by two things, recognition and reward. Come on, give me a hand if you know I'm right. I always tell people, you come into my Wealth Mastery program, I will reward you more after you take action than the box I give you when you take action. Ask any of my students. Versace hotels and giveaways and champagne bottles and bottles of wine and grains and everything else. And if you don't drink, we'll give you Diet Coke or something. But the teacher sees him coming and she thinks he's in trouble again. She grabs his notebook, throws it on the ground, says, you're always in trouble, you little mongrel. Why don't you behave? Leans him over the desk, gets a cane and beats him across the legs until his legs start to welt. With tears pouring down his face, he says, no one will ever do this to me ever again. So by the time he's 13, he's running around with a steel bolt for a ring. You tick him off, he'd cut you open, you could care less. At 15 years of age, he was expelled from school for violent behaviour for beating up 4 brothers and setting one of them on fire on a railway station. But at 17 years of age, he made a decision to change his life. At 21 years of age, he got a dream, and nobody believed in his dream, so started making fun of him. How are you going to do it? No one's ever done it before. Listen, you may have a dream. How many of you here got a dream? Raise your hand, please. Come on, let me see those hands of you. Listen, your parents don't get it. Your family don't get it. They wonder why you're here. Don't go buy anything. What are you doing going there? Oh, no, you got to watch that Jamie McIntyre fella. And that Pat Mesiti. You read about him on Google. They don't believe in your dream. No one has to believe in your dream. Why? It's not theirs, it's yours. Your future is not in someone else's hands, it's in your hands. You're only responsible for your finances, you're only responsible for your future, you're only responsible for your education, you're only responsible for your health, you're only responsible for your relationship. It's not your partner, it's you. Bottom line. At 27 years of age, a dream started to come to pass. At 35 years of age, he's standing in front of the Washington Monument about to address a crowd of 14 million people televised. Sorry, 250,000 people televised in the 14 million homes. And he's thinking, how the heck did I end up here? And he realised it. He shifted this. And at 53 years of age, that little boy that couldn't read and write, his books have sold 700,000 copies. His curriculums have sold over 2 million copies. And if you haven't figured it out yet, that little boy's standing in front of you here today, ladies and gentlemen, because that's my story. Now watch. How many of you know, watch this. You've all got a financial story, yes? Come on, tell me, do we or not? Yes. Come on, give me a wave, am I right? Yes. Do you want it to stay the same? No. How many of you want it to change? Yes. At least to get better? Yes. Well, how's it going to happen? I don't know.
Change the mindset.
You need to be coached by it. No one changes overnight. No one. No, look, a marble rock can't become a statue of David by itself. When I work with the boys, most of my boys in my drug program, they tried to get off drugs. I watch people that try and do it on their own. Or then they get the wrong voice in their life. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to hustle because I've got about 20 minutes left. Is that right? Is that right? About 20 minutes left? Your life, listen. Is this helping anybody right now? Yeah. How are we doing? We're doing some good content. Well, see, I really believe content's king. I'll give you long information, short promotion. Yep. Come on, all right? You happy with that? Yep. Your life will rise to the voices you choose to believe, and your life will shrink to the voices you choose to believe. Yep. I'll illustrate it. Second World War, the people of Nazi Germany, their voice, the voice of Adolf Hitler caused the people's hearts to rise. Correct? Then the voice of Winston Churchill caused the Allies to rise. The voice of Mahatma Gandhi, the voice of Mother Teresa, the voice of Nelson Mandela, and the list goes on. The voice of a Chris Howard, the voice of a Pat Mesiti or a Laurel Langmore or a Jamie McIntyre. And by the way, doesn't Jamie do a great job? Can we give him a hand clap putting on these events? See, your life will rise to the voice you choose to believe. Can I add a voice? Your voice. Don't believe everything you tell yourself. Oh. Why? Because unless you're trained, some of these voices are wrong. Am I right? Yes. You know, for 2 years I struggled with depression. Every now and again I have a relapse. Today's one of those days. Oh, come on, work with me. You know, when I went through my divorce in 2001, very painful, very upsetting, very discouraging divorce. It was bloody awful, I've got to tell you. Divorce is like an amputation. You survive, but there's always a little bit less of you. Thank God, you can get bits put back. And they're not artificial, but it's painful. Because it really doesn't stop. Because your kids get married and all that kind of stuff. But you've got to work through that stuff. I'm not telling you that there's a sad story, it's a great story. But you know what's interesting? I struggled with depression and I discovered that my biggest challenge was the voice inside my head. Come on, give me a wave. Yeah. If you want to create wealth, you've got to get the right voice, you've got to tune in the right frequency. Yeah. That's what I keep doing to people, tune you into the right frequency. I had someone say to me, oh, Pat, I went to a wealth creation event and I got a mindset program and it cost me $90. I said, yeah, that'd be about right. He said, what do you think? I said, I know what I think. I want to know what you think. He said, I thought it was a great deal. I thought, you want Gucci or you want Kmart? Come on. We all want to wear Gucci, not the label. But you can't do Poochie and want to wear Gucci. Oh, come on, that was brilliant. Come on, we all want this. You know what? I just want the $1 million lifestyle with a $5 pay-in. Does this work? Come on, talk to me. No. Last year, I think it was, I had to do this car thing. Well, they were giving out a car club, $60,000 or $40,000 over a year to join a car club, and you drove Bentleys and Lamborghinis, which is crazy to me because for that kind of money here, you might as well go and own one and lease it out. Stupid stuff. But broke people do that. And so people were there, and what I noticed was that people in there looking at the cars, they all think they can drive that car. But the problem is that in that room was a V8 super champion who was trained to drive them, trained to teach them how to drive. See, where you look for a vehicle, and please, I'm not putting down vehicles. Come on, you with me? Just hear my heart here. How many of you know property is a great vehicle? Raise your hand, please. Come on, give me a wave. But I know some property teachers that are in jail today. How do you know the share market's pretty good? Come on, the share market's pretty good. And you've got great teachers here. Come on, are you with me? How do you know that I could tell you some people that even taught shares that they're broke today? Was it the market? No, let me not finish it. People all want to make money online. They're online, but they're off track. Oh man, come on. Now, I'm not putting down the vehicle, and I'm certainly not putting down my friends that are the educators because they're my friends. And the ones that are doing it right are doing it right. You with me? And thank God that Jamie brings in the ones that are doing it right. Chris and I, we hang around people that are doing it right. Is that right, Chris? We don't hang around, we don't hang around dodgy brothers. But I can give you a great vehicle, but if the driver's not right. You see, there's a millionaire inside every one of you, but who's going to sculpt it? Who's going to make it? And you better make sure that you've got the right voice coming into the right mind at the right time. You see, I said before, look, let me. I've got to finish up, so I'm going to go fly through this. Come on, who's still with me? Give me a wave. Who'll give me 10 more minutes? 10, 20, 30, 45. I'm going to keep going. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Your financial world starts at the back of the room. Are you doing this to sell us something? Can I ask you a question? Do I really look like I need your money? I'll take it, but I don't need it. I don't do this for the money. Matter of fact, and my general manager's back there. I just did the Tyson tour. I said, I want to speak. I don't want to sell nothing. Just let me talk to the people. Because they're not ready yet. But you are. You know why you are? Because you don't have fallow ground. You got the right ground. You got the right soil. No?
Yeah.
Am I in the right ground here? Give me a wave.
Yeah.
Come on, you're not hard ground. Give me a wave if you're the right kind of ground.
Yes, Pat.
Thank you, brother. I love you, man. You just yell everything every time I see you, brother. Am I right?
Yeah.
Are you the right ground?
Yep.
Are you the right ground? Are you the right ground? Are you the right ground? Then you need a seed inside that ground. You see, I often tell people, watch this. I thought of this just and I just wrote it in my little fresh notes over here. So excited I can't even find it. Here it is. I wrote it just so I was sitting in the back there. Watch this. Success starts at the back of the room. Why? It's manifested at the front of the room, but it starts at the back of the room. It's the back of the room where the student becomes the master. It's at the back of the room where knowledge is accessed, and it's the front of the room where knowledge is taught. Oh, great. It's the back of the room where faith is tested, but it's the front of the room where faith is manifested. It's the back of the room where you begin your training, and then it's at the front of the room where you begin your teaching. It's the back of the room where an exchange is made. Watch this. An exchange of what you have for what you need, and then the front of the room becomes something that you have that others need. Come on, give me a hand if you know that's true. It's the back of the room where preparation starts or stops. How many of you want to start beginning your preparation for the future? Give me a wave, please. Where does it start? Where does it start?
Back of the room.
Come on, where does it start? Back of the room. And there's an important lesson. I'm going to give you 3 more tips, and I've got about 20 minutes, and then we're done. Have you had a good time yet so far? Yes. 3 things that are very important. Number 1, you've got to have a dream. Everybody say, have a dream. Have a dream. I asked the lady when it came to wealth, I said, what's your dream? I said, oh, Deborah, what's your dream, darling? She goes, I don't know, can you tell me? Baby, if it's a mist up here, it's a fog out there. Come on, say it with me. If it's a mist up here, it's a fog out there. Many people don't have a dream. You ask them, what do you want in life? They go, I don't know. What kind of a marriage you want? Anything but this one. Have you ever met the people that are like, I just want a happy home, but they never tell their face? Who's met that person? Come on. When it comes to money, your attitude. Some people, you know what they do? They hold their dollar coin so tight the Queen is choking. Should put Camilla on there. You need 2 hands though, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, hang on. Their fear, the voice of fear blocks them. The voice of procrastination stops them. What's your dream, guys? Why do you wake up in the morning? The alarm clock rings. Listen. Oh, come on, that was brilliant. Come on, get down the back there, you Presbyterians, give me a hand clap. See, if you find a reason to do something, you'll find a way to do something. Let me give you a story. I was at Jupiter's Casino doing a real estate event. And this guy comes up and he goes, oh, Pat Mesiti, I love your stuff, Pat Mesiti. I love your stuff. I don't know where that's been. I know some of the people that have been speaking here this weekend and I'm starting to worry. But he goes, Pat Mesiti, I love your stuff. My mate George got you a 21-day program, which is this program here. He paid $4,000 for just this box here. Not this, just this. We're not doing that today. We're doing it for 8. No, but, oh, come on, laugh. That was a joke. He bought this program. He was a real estate agent, Brisbane South Bank, at a Rain and Horn convention for $4,000. I said, how's George going? He goes, oh, mate. My mate George got your 21-day program. Pat Mesiti, let me tell you, hadn't listed or sold real estate for 12 to 18 months. Got your program, Pat Mesiti, 21 days. Boom, shakalaka, changed his life. I don't even know what boom shakalaka means, but apparently it's good. I said, are you going to get the program? He goes, nah, I can't. Come on, finish it. I can't afford it. I'm walking through the casino and they've got a sign that says happy hour. I've never seen a young man run to happy hour so fast in all my life. He's like a Groucho Marx movie. He's out there, I've got to get to the happy hour, So he gets up there, and then I see him at the casino, at the poker machines, doing this. Watch this, he's doing this. Ba-boom, chicken. Ba-boom, chicken. How many of you know the drunker you get, the faster you gamble? Who's met people that get drunk and then become very generous? You ever seen drunks? Oh, come on, you ever seen it? How many of you are the drunk? Raise your hand, you just don't remember. Lady over here. Drunks are very caring. You know what? I love you, mate. Nah, look at me. Nah, shit, look at me, mate. Have you ever noticed drunks are generous? Oh, mate, mints for everybody. Yeah, I love yous all, love ya. Have you ever noticed drunks are bold? Oh, come on, I'll have ya, all 15 of ya. Even you, Tyson. So this guy's getting more drunk. And I'm watching this for about an hour and a half. And this is a great comedy show. Next day comes up, Pat Mesiti, I love your stuff. Mate, your second talk, better than the effing first one, mate. He says, I told you about George, didn't I? I said, yeah. The guy that made $12.5 million on a real estate deal, Brisbane South Bank. After 21 days, not listing and selling anything for 12 to 18 months, signed a $12.5 million deal at Brisbane South Bank. Him, and it was actually another guy from Elders Real Estate as well. I said, you're going to get the program? He goes, no, mate, I can't. Come on, finish it, I can't. I said, you smoke, don't you, son? He goes, yeah, how do you know? I said, how many of those things you smoke? He goes, oh, I pack it sometimes too. Now, come on, good people of, or you're here in Victoria, I know from all over Australia. How many days of the year are there in Victoria? Come on, tell me. Oh, come on. How many days of the year, big voice? 365 days. Packet of smokes costs at least 20 bucks. $7,300 gone every year. How much do you reckon he's spending on grog? At least that much, if not a bit more. Mate, I saw him plug a couple of hundred down that night alone. What do you reckon he's spending on gambling? You know, Melbourne Cup Day, you know, you got to have a little wager on the race that stops a nation. Come on, girls. How much money you spend on shoes, bags? The 57th pair of black shoes. The 27 you've got there that you haven't worn yet. But you're just waiting. So if that bitch ever wears something, you're going to turn up and look hotter than she is. Let's just give him $1,000. That's $15,600 a year on stuff that's gone and he's on $60K a year. People say to me, Pat, I can't afford your program. I go, well, let's look at where you're spending your money. How many of you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is not an issue of affordability, this is an issue of priorities. How many of you know that life will only cause you to prosper when your priorities change? Give me a wave. And that's an attitude. Number 3, you got to focus. Everybody say focus. Come on, I'm going to finish up in 10 minutes because we have a plane to catch. But I really want to get through this. You focus. Everybody say focus. Say this after me. Where my focus is today. Come on, big voice. Where my focus is today. Everybody stand up. Come on, stand up. Stand up. Look at someone and say it out loud. Come on, from your gut. Come on. Look at someone. Say this. Where my focus is today. My future is tomorrow. All right, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Tell me. My focus. My focus. Today. Will determine my future tomorrow. Give yourselves a big hand clap. Come on. Take a seat. When I ran the drug rehabilitation centre, I'd say to the boys, I never want to hear you say a recovering alcoholic. I never want to hear you say a recovering drug addict. And they'd say, why? I'd say, because I've never seen a butterfly say I'm a recovering caterpillar. You're a recovering nothing. Why? Because you're recreating. I want every one of you to understand something. You're not a recovering bankrupt, alcoholic, drug addict, divorcee, did that, abuse victim, blah, 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 blah. You're a millionaire in the process. But your decisions will either cause that to be a reality or not, ladies and gentlemen. See, every decision you don't make is a decision that you actually make. Every one of you's got the capacity. See, I want to work on the millionaire on the inside of you. See, when it comes to wealth, we can't change what we constantly tolerate. Come on, say it with me. I can't change what I constantly tolerate. What's this? And in your life, if you've got stuff that's sabotaging you, come on, how many of you would agree that you've got stuff that's sabotaging you? Give me a wave. How's it going to change if you keep permitting it? Watch this. You must never complain about what you permit. If you permit lack in your life, don't complain about it. And lastly, when it comes to focus, come on, everybody say focus. Come on, say focus. Have you ever noticed how that men and women are different? Come on, give me a wave. Who's noticed that? Oh, for goodness sake, are you serious? You've not noticed? Sexually, we're different for a start. Do you need me to show you the bits to prove it? I mean, I don't know, you know. Oh, that was funny. Not that I'm going to do that. Like men are like instant microwavable ovens. They just look and charge. Women aren't like that. Women are like a crock pot. Turn on in the morning, ready in the evening. You piss her off here, you get nothing over here, mate. I'm telling you. And we relate differently. Like, you know, women are relational. They want to go to the bathroom, a group of ladies goes, you want to go to the ladies? I go, oh, social time. Yippee, yippee. And they leave. Can you imagine if I said that right, blokes over there, hey, you all want to go to the toilet with me? They'd be going, I was in the Qantas Club recently and I was sitting there in the cubicle and the guy in the cubicle next door says, hello? I said, hello? He goes, how are you? I said, I'm fine. He goes, John, I'm hanging up the phone. The idiot next door thinks I'm trying to talk to him. Because we don't talk in toilets. It's an unwritten law. You don't look at the cubicle and go, wow, look at that. What's this got to do with wealth creation? I'm not finished yet. So then we have counselling. Come on, who's in a relationship right now? Raise your hand. If you're in a relationship, who's in it and wants to get out of it? I tell my friends I've never had any luck in marriage. My first wife left me and the second one won't go away. But anyway. Oh, that was funny. It's a joke. So we have issues. So we go for counselling. As if that works. So the counsellor says to the lady, anything you want to talk about? Yes, I've got a list. Then we get to the bloke. Anything you want to talk about? I didn't even know we had a problem. Nothing you want to talk about? Well, there is one thing in our relationship, and if we got this right, everything would be sorted. Everyone on the count of three, come on, tell me what the number one thing is on the man's list. 1, 2, 3. That's right, sex. Before she married, she wanted me, baby. And then she ate the wedding cake. It's all over. What do they put in the cake? It's not the cake, dude. It's your focus. Because a woman is a responder. Before you talk to her, now you talk at her. Before you couldn't wait to see her, now you don't even look in her eye. Before, she was all that was important to you. So she's got her list. He's got his list. There it is, right there. They have What's the problem? Well, the problem is what's on the list. Look this way. This is never the problem. The problem is you've actually got a list. That's the problem. Because then you talk to me about unconditional love. People talk about unlimited wealth, yet they hang on. People talk about abundance, wanting the universe to open up to them, but they hang on. People talk about creating millionaire philosophy, yet they think like paupers and they never use this thing to go to war. They let it embattle them. This is the weapon of destruction to what sabotages your future if you let it. Now, I'm looking for some students. And I'm looking to take you on a journey. Have you enjoyed the session? Come on, have we had some fun? Benjamin Franklin said these words. He said, empty your purse into your mind. What is in your mind will fill your purse. I have one slide. That's about it. I'm not even good at those things. I don't know how to do all that. You know, I look at all my other friends that use it and I get all, wow. I go, wow, I'd like to learn how to do that. And I go, nah, it's too hard. And then I go, no, this is not me. But this is me. This is what I do. I work mano a mano like this. I don't have big group meetings. I got my couple of big sessions, and I just have my Pathways to Prosperity event. Just my book now. I've just got invited to go to Iran. I don't know if you've ever been there, Chris. I just got invited to Iran by the former chief translator for the Iranian government to come and present these talks to their people. I mean, honestly, my life is so blessed. But absolutely yes. I built orphanage in Afghanistan for children. We just raised $95,000 last week from my students to finish a hospital in Mumbai to educate children. I want to take you on a journey with me. I want every one of you in there, and I'm willing to make it affordable. Now, I know you guys have had people talk to you, sell their wares, promote their stuff, and they're all great people, and you should all do it. You say, well, which one should I do, Pat? Should I, Chris? Should I do yours? Should I do Lowell? The answer is yes. Why? How big are you? How big do you want to be? I want to create massive wealth. Then you need massive knowledge. Everything you don't learn is stopping you. Everything you do learn is increasing you. If you want what's at the front of the room, you've got to go to the back of the room. Now, in a moment, an exchange is going to happen. I'm going to ask you to make an investment of what you have in your hand to get what you need for the rest of your life.